Guys, welcome back to the show. We're back. I love doing this show. I love it. It's a terrible show, but I love doing it. Oh, oh. So, uh, well, let's just start by saying I love that TV. I love that TV. My wife was even saying, and by the way, credit to my wife. She's the one who was able to cut my hair for me so that I didn't look like a complete idiot, moron. Anyway, so she was the one, she gets credit for that. And she was saying, you love that TV. I said, I do love that TV. I said, maybe I should sell it. I think I could probably get a couple $100 for it. She goes, you better not sell that TV. She goes, I have so many TVs, guys. I have a bunch of them. She goes, out of all the TVs you get and bring home, you've never said as you love that TV more than every other one. It's, oh, it doesn't have this, or, oh, it's too big, or, oh, it's a little bit this, or it's a little bit that. She goes, you love that TV. And it's true, guys. I love that TV. It is awesome. I've just been messing with it constantly since I got it. And I've been messing with the 240p test suite. And the geometry is pretty bad on that TV. The corners are real bad. The corners are terrible. What do they call it? Convergence. It's bad. The corners are all over the place. The one top left corner is completely like folding in. The other corner's rolling. The bottom corners are a little better, but towards the bottom right of the TV, the screen like kind of it like leaves so it's like out of picture some on the bottom right. But the colors are amazing. The colors are amazing on that TV. So I don't even care about the geometry on it. The corners are bad, but the center is beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I've tried to mess around with some of the geometry settings. I accidentally got into the service menu and the composite went black and white, and I couldn't figure it out. Finally, I just thought, well, I was in the service menu. Maybe I accidentally turned something on or off. So I went through every setting that I had been into and just took a picture of what the value was before I started messing with it. And on like the last setting, I hit it and the color come back on. It was called APC clock. I have no idea what it is, but clicked it on and the color come back on. So composite's working good. Component looks beautiful. I love that TV. I love that TV. It's great. So we got some stuff, some birthday money. We got some birthday money added to the funds. We had $324.31 in the funds. I got some more birthday money. Pops hooked me up with $100. Grandma Jean hooked me up with $50, and Aunt Denise hooked me up with $25. So that put us at $499.31, almost $500. Then a guy at work says to me, he goes, hey, you might want to talk to so-and-so. He says this is a toy guy that I talked to at work. And he goes, you might want to talk to so-and-so because I was talking about my toys. He's going to a toy convention. And somehow video games got brought up. And he said he had a bunch of old video games. He says he tells me you might want to go talk to this guy. I told him to talk to you. I'm like, dude, good looking out, brother, man. Because the toy guy likes video games too. He could have took that deal, but he knows that I'm the video game guy. He likes toys and then video games secondary. I talk to him about video games all the time. So he was like, awesome. Awesome. He likes Nintendo 64. So if I find something nice, Nintendo 64, I'll try to hook him up. But anyway, I go talk to the guy. He says, yeah, I got a book full of them. I'm like, what's he talking about, a book full? I got a book full of games. I'm like, he must be talking about some loose games. So I'm thinking, man, maybe it'll be some Sega Saturn games. Maybe it'll be some, probably PlayStation 2 is what I was thinking. But maybe there'll be some Dreamcast in there or something. So I'm like, well, let me take a look at it. I'd be interested. So he brings it to work, and it is a book full of banger PS1 games. I'll put some pictures up of it, but I'm talking like Xenogears was in there, Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, Parasite Eve, and then Musashi, some kind of Brave Lancer Squaresoft game, and just a Resident Evil, Twisted Metal, long box versions with the manuals. They all have manuals. If these would have been in the cases, it would have been a freaking payload. But, I'm looking through the book, and they all have manuals, and I'm talking Crash Bandicoot. What's that game with the clown? It's like Pandemonium. I really like that game. It's like a 2.5 dimensional side-scrolling kind of action game. It had like Soul of Samurai. I never even heard of that game. Spider, the video game. What else was in there? Distraga, some kind of Koei game, I guess. Rogue Trip, Vigilante 8, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 2. So, I mean, a bunch of good games that didn't have cases, though. But almost all of them have manuals. And so, I'm like, hey, man, how much you want for all of them? He's like, I don't know. He goes, you would know more than I would. And I said, I didn't really know what the shape of the discs were, but I knew kind of what the Xenogears alone, the manual alone. I mean, I feel bad because I said, how about $50? And he goes, well, it's better than nothing. So I was like, all right, I'll bring you the $50. I said, if I find that it's worth more than that, I'll hook you up. He's like, okay. So I think about it, and I'm thinking, man, between just Xenogears alone, loose is like $100, right? With the manual, probably $100. And so the rest, like the Musashi, probably loose was like $50 with the manual, $50. Parasite Eve, I don't know. You have to take into consideration who's going to buy a loose with manual, like in person. I don't know. You have to sell it on eBay. So if you sell something on eBay for $50, you're only going to pocket like $25 or $30 after all the fees and shipping. So I'm taking all of this in an account. I come back to him the next day. I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to give you 30 more bucks, $80. I'm still, I'm not trying to say I'm some kind of, this is a great deal still for me, right? $80 for all this stuff is still a great deal for me. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, there's some good stuff there. And I might still give them some more money, but after that, I get home and I'm like, I hadn't even checked the discs at this point. I just felt like I needed to give him more anyway. So I get home, I check the discs. Everything's playing pretty good. They're all scratched up. They're all pretty, not bad, but they all got scratches. But they all are booting and playing. I ain't playing through the whole games, but they're all booting and playing. Like, every single one of them could use a buff job, you know, but they're all scratched up and they're all playing. And then I get to Xenogears. Disc 1 plays, Disc 2 won't play. Disc 2 won't boot. So I don't know if $80 is fair or not fair. That like I said, they're all scratched up, loose. They're it's kind of hard to, I've got it all, I think $200 to $300 probably for all of it. I gave him $80. I don't know. Maybe I should give him some more money. But we're gonna go with it for now for $80, all right? What I ended up doing was I went and got cases for the top tier stuff. So I paid $80 for the whole book. And I went and got a case for stuff that had manuals. I went and got a case for Mega Man Legends. So we got Mega Man Legends, CIB, and the case, it had the manual. I had the manual on the disc, so all I needed was the back art, basically. We picked that back art up off eBay for $21.50. So now we're going to go over what cases I bought and total up what this whole book cost. So we got a case for that. Then I went and got a case for Musashi, because this has it had the manual that was clean, and it had that collector's disc in it as well. So we got the case for that, and that was $26.88 for the case on that. Then we went and got a Parasite Eve case, because it also had the manual. We got the manual, the discs, and the extra collector's disc in that too. So super clean black label stuff. We got the Parasite Eve case for $25.96. So with the cases and the $80 to the book, they come out to $154.34. $154.34 for the book of games and the cases that I picked up to complete the big bang, the ones that was worth buying a case for, that would be a good investment. Like, I can buy a case for Metal Gear Solid, but it ain't, the case is going to cost me $25. The game only sells for $50, you know. So by the time, if I sell it on eBay, that I'm just breaking even. I could sell it. I could probably sell it in person for $50. Maybe, you know, maybe I'll get a couple more cases. The Resident Evil 2 case might be worth picking up. If I can pick one of those up for $20, you know, sell it in person for $50. It's $25. You make $25 still. But I don't know if I can sell it's going to be a hard sell to sell Resident Evil 2 loose with the manual for $25. So it might make it an easier sell. It might not make any more money than the value of the loose and manual games, but it might be an easier sell. So we got those three. And then here's the Mega Man Legends 2. It's just loose, but I think that's like $50 just loose, right? And then we got, like, they're not terrible, but there's scratches, you know. There's some of them are worse than others, but they all do boot and play, except for the Xenogears 2 disc. But I'm gonna get it buffed out. The place in town, Dusty's. Dusty's. They'll do it for free, actually. I think I can bring it in there and they'll just buff it for me. But I'll show the Xenogears. So the Xenogears, I think the manual alone, they all got reg cards. They all got the reg cards in them. They all got the registration cards in them. Complete. I think the manual alone's probably worth $40, right? I don't know. But here's the 2 disc, and then disc 2 is just, oh man, it's rough. We got Dumbo plushie holding up the phone so that, you know, we can broadcast today. So we had $344.97 in the collection funds before the price of the $154.34 for the case and the cases that we picked up and the cost of the book. So that takes us, oh no, we had $499.31 with the birthday. We had $499.31 with the birthday money, minus $154.34 for the PS1 stuff and the cases, brings us to $344.97. Okay, so $344.97 is what we got right now. Now, guys, I'm going to be completely honest and completely transparent. Let me take a drink of Dr. Pepper before I do this. This is a... So, I did something, an executive decision for the show. We found a guy in Japan, honest seller, can get good stuff, and the best option price-wise was to get a bunch of them at one time. We didn't have the money to do that, so we're in the red. And we're in the red pretty good. But we picked up some banger titles, all right? So, what I'm going to do is pull these out, you know. Oh, man. We got the con coming up. We got some good stuff. We can get back into black, okay? Right now we're in the red. But we can get this back into black, back into completely free territory, okay? Right now we're not. I'm just going to say, right now we are, let's see, $875.16 in the red. That's after we took out the $344.97 from what we purchased from this guy in this Super Famicom lot. Okay, so that just gives you an idea. Well, if you do the math, you know exactly how much we spent on the lot. But I would like to, I'm not going to do them all at once. I'm going to pull one out today that I'd like to highlight. And, you know, this one, I can break it down how much each one cost. And so that's what we'll do right here, okay? Because we're $875 in the hole, but let's see what we got here, okay? This is one I was excited about getting, and we'll just highlight this one today, all right? And guys, just know that, oh man, we got a hill to climb here, but we got the con coming about, and I think we can hit that 875.16 at the con. I think we can hit that, all right? But what we got here, and these are, guys, we're not going to get pristine 10 count. I know I went over this before, but it's just not going to happen. We're going to get some nice ones, some 7s, all right? We're going to get 7s, you know? Maybe some 8s, but this one is one I've been wanting to get, and it's pretty clean. CIB Proteus Die. Proteus Die, guys. Beautiful game. You know what? I'm going to take some footage of this and put it up in the show right now so you can see how beautiful it looks on the JVCD series. Pictures don't do that TV justice, though. I'm going to be honest. This thing's beautiful in person. But we got Proteus Die, Super Famicom, okay? Proteus Die. This one got a little bit banged up, in shipping, but he's going to send me another box for free. I said, look, I'm going to be buying some more stuff from you. Send me a free box next time. He goes, okay. This one's really not that bad either. I mean, it got crunched a little bit, but you're going to send me another box. So anyway, Proteus die. Classic. I mean, you know, I'm holding out for the Chatty Proteus because it's an exclusive Super Famicom game. And I'd like to have it just as nice condition as we can get because it is an exclusive Super Famicom game. Proteus Chatty, I think it's like where the guy's talking the whole time. But Proteus Da, if you know, you know. I played it a little bit. I actually played the Famicom version and almost cleared the Famicom version with a 1LC. Me and Glovesy were, well, Glovesy was just kicking my butt really because I think he did clear it 1LC, and I got pretty close towards the end. And but I have not put a whole lot of time into the Super Famicom version. I just tested it a little bit, but beautiful color on that game. Beautiful. So, guys, the Super Famicom collection, I wish I could just, you know, say that we weren't in the red, but we're in the red. And that's okay. We're going to get out of the red. We're going to get out of the red. All right? Proteus Da, putting it on the shelf for now. We know we're in the red. Okay? We know we're in the red. That's fine. But we got some banger stuff. And, I mean, we still got some good stuff, all right, to sell at the con. I think we can hit that 875. I think we got it. Like, if we sell the F-Zero set for like $300, that's gonna, I mean, now we're down to 500. What do we got? Parasite Eve is pushing 100. Musashi's pushing 100. Xeno, if we can get it buffed out, that's 100. So now we're down to 200. What do we got? Mega Man Legends 2, $50. We're down to 150. Mega Man Legends CIB 65. We're down to 200. Right? No, 100. We're down to like 100 at that point. Maybe even, I can't figure out my math. We get 500, 4, 3, 2. We're down to like $100 at that point. The Super Nintendo we got, we paid $40 for the motherboard. We're down to $100. We sell the Super Nintendo for $80. We're down to $20. We've got Super Mario All-Stars. That's a $20 game. We've got a couple other things. A Mega Man 3. We've got what else? Maybe that's it. So, I mean, we could get it back into black from at the con. Guys, thanks for joining. I love the show. It's been a little while since I did one, but time permitting is when I'll do them. When I'm, you know, I don't want to push it. You know, I don't want to make it, force it. You know, I felt good about it today. I had the time. We did it. All right. That's how we're going to do it. But this Super Famicom collection is, I can't wait to show you guys, man. I can't wait to show you guys. You know, maybe, I don't know if I'm going to wait till after the con to do another show and hopefully then feel okay about showing off what we got. I just wanted to give you a preview of the lot that we got. But we'll see what happens, all right? The absolutely, completely free Super Famicom Shooter Collection Project. An homage to my Japanese bloodline. Love you, Grandma. Love you, Mom. Japan, baby.